Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout 4. So, the issue with the terminal. It's funny, fixing this was as simple as storing this thing in the workbench and then putting it back down again. Apparently it's a known bug. It's one that can come up quite frequently actually. So good to know. Now, right now I'm limited to the very basic ammunitions because I believe my gun nut ranking is not high enough, but that is something I can fix right now, which will be useful anyways. My hypothesis was accurate. It gives us access to, well, 45 millimeters anyways. Or 0.45, not millimeter, 45 caliber. I don't know guns. I apologize if I use terrible terminology. So, 2 steel, 1 fertilizer. That's actually not bad. 2 lead, 1... Hold on. They use steel, not lead, so they're actually easier to make. The 308s require copper, lead, and fertilizer. So actually... Let's see. Shotgun shells, lead, plastic. They're a little bit more. Steel, oil. We don't have oil in quantity yet, but I'm going to definitely have to amp that up a little. Railroad spikes are expensive. I think we could work with 45 calibers. Okay. Alright, so component extractor, toggle workshop linkage. So now it's pulling from all linked workshops. Extract 1 item per cycle, and we want it to pull out... Now here's our problem right now. So we do not want it to pull out lead. We want steel and fertilizer, but we don't have fertilizer in our workshop by default. Well, okay, we have some. But we need to look at what it's going to take to manufacture fertilizer. Can we make fertilizer, I guess is the better question. Which I believe is made out of compost. Compost. Yeah, let's just have a look. I'm planning on doing some more work with this kind of stuff here, so let's just... We'll go with the with power manufacturing. Now it's going to be just a simple builder. Makes a variety of basic objects. Just making sure there isn't something more appropriate. Auto loom makes clothing. Weapon forges do weapons. Oh, these are, what, higher heavy energy weapon. Chem processor, food. Remains recycler, interesting. Okay. So the builder looks like it'll be the one, but the question is, can the builder make fertilizer with the basic fertilizer recipe? There's only one way to find out. Now what we'll be doing is we'll just be linking these up. Now let's see what we can do to program it. Now builder control, we want to tell it to make... Okay, that just makes toys. Really? That's it? Steel balls, bowling pins, giddy up buttercup. Huh. Well... So much for that. Okay, so it just makes weird toy things. Although I suspect those could be sold for a fair bit of money. That's definitely not what we need. Okay. So our limiting factor is going to be our ability to make compost, which means we really do want to move the composter and the other related stuff from over here back closer to the bulk of my facility here. because we're going to have to be extracting the actual fertilizer since we can't actually manufacture the compost. We don't have a lot of choice in the matter. Oh, I've already moved the cooking station. Looks like it. Let's see. A bored settler. We can't have that now, can we? I'm going to have to spend a few minutes in settlement management software in a minute here. But in the meantime, let's just put a couple more scavenging stations down. Two, three. Now, if only I could assign people to this one, we'd be set.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Alright. Fertilizer. So we can make bags of the regular fertilizer. We just need brown fertilizer. Which just means making the compost. And we just need to make tons and tons of brown compost, which is made... Right, we need to make it with wet wood. All these other things. Alright, so those are... Right, okay, I see. These are a way of making the various sources of things. So one thing I haven't sorted out is making the manufacture of purified water, which is something I was trying to work on, but hadn't entirely sorted. Beverages, purified water. We don't have any dirty water in the network either, of course. Alright. So the only way to fill up get purified water will be from there, but we can use a couple of our bottles right now to make a bit more brown compost. I'll just keep one bottle of water, but that's 30 more fertilizers worth of compost. So if we make, we make the rich, which requires no water, just needs the 4 kinds of compost, which we have all of that in extreme quantities. That should be enough to make a functional quantity of 45 caliber bullets. I just need to make I also just need a weapon that will make good use of them. Okay, let's scrap all the things. 45 fertilizer, compost, resource fertilizer, scraps for resource fertilizer, and all is well with the world. Alright, so we need 1 fertilizer and 1 steel. Alright, where's my steel? Do I not have any steel in here? That'd be hilarious if I don't. Although I have something that's made out of steel. Yes, I do.
It's been better days, haven't it?
Okay. Alright. Just need to scrap the thing. Take the fertilizer. Take the steel, which, if all is well with the world. Alright, so 1 fertilizer, 1 steel, and this thing should start extracting the things. There they go. Alright, and then we just need a factory storage system. Manufacturing, miscellaneous component sorter, conveyor storage. Ten 45mm rounds per cycle. Okay. No, I want these... Well, I won't be able to pick them up anywhere but here. I think it might be worth looking. Let's just put a control switch on here so that we can turn the whole thing off. Switches. A nice looking wall switch right there. Power it down. Good stuff. Okay. Well, that is going to solve completely our current issue with, let's see, component extractor, object extractors. No, we want miscellaneous. We want the thing that's going to store conveyor storage. Stores objects delivered by conveyor belt. I thought there was a way to store things in a box, but perhaps there isn't. Maybe I'm misremembering. Which means, as far as I'm concerned, for now, the conveyor storage, since we've got one, will be just fine for our purposes. Now let's do one more experiment, just because we're here. Logic gates. But we need... Okay, if we're going to use logic gates, we need something that will provide a signal based on... The only way those will work is if we have something that provides a signal based on a we need if a logic gates really only makes sense if we have something that will tell us the status of our inventory. So let's have a look at the various places that might give us something like that. Alright, contraptions. Okay. Light boxes, population management, junk mortars, powered speaker, decontamination arch. Ooh. That could actually be useful. Okay. So these only make sense to me if there is some way to actually have data come out of the network. There must be some way to get information. Maybe the tripwire can trigger it, I don't know. But for now, we will just run it when we need it, because I don't want to use all of my steel. So now I need a weapon that will make good use of 45 caliber bullets. And I'm sure I can make one of those. Especially now with all of my added Okay, so we're going to retire the 38s. We used up a bunch of 45 caliber. Can't remember why we retired it again, but I can't actually entirely remember. I think most of the 45 caliber bullets might actually be in my network right now, or in the workshop at Red Rocket. That's okay. Alright, transfer. Got any bullets in here? Nope. Just these ones. Alright, that means making 10 per cycle. We are going to have a nice number of them. We're already up to 85, which is, you know, a dramatic improvement on what we've had in the past. What do you think, Piper? Is this an improvement on the situation, or what? This is so awesome. This is, I will be making some pretty dramatic changes to this place later, but for now, this is fine. Just wish that we were somehow producing an appropriate excess of water. Alright, we'll just throw those in here. This is just me trying to get the water production of my various bases up properly. So it's definitely, there's no doubt now that it's also pulling the steel from the network, exactly as it should be. $40 more rounds. Wow, a quantity of rounds that's actually reasonable. What a concept. Alright, I think that'll do for now. At least gives us some a functional quantity. Alright, that is the part where now I have to go back to Red Rocket on my motorcycle, because that's where all my weapons are. So let's grab our 2. And then we'll go check out Sanctuary for and see if it's actually started. See if we can get it to produce water here in the near future. All right. Okay. So we need a 45 caliber gun of some sort. Preferably the most powerful and effective one we can make. Now, one thing I don't know if I can do yet, but we're going to try. I seem to remember there's a workshop, a special workshop I saw crafting. The 2LM workshop. I believe that's a legendary workshop to modify legendary items. Now, I think I might have 2 different mods that actually modify legendaries, so I want to look and see what this is all about. Because it wasn't too bad for cost, all things considered.
Handy, aren't ya?
What's this let me do? Basically, it looks like it's a way to make just about any weapon in the game with an appropriate number of effects chips and the appropriate skill levels, obviously. So nothing too important, but could be useful depending on the circumstances. Right at this moment, though, actually. Alright, this only lets me make the basic combat armor too, so it's not as useful as I would hoped. But that's okay. Now I know. I've been wondering about that one for a while, so I figured I'd check it out. Now that said, it could be very useful to be able to and I think before I start doing anything else in the modding department, I think I'm going to get myself the well-rested bonus. We'll eat afterwards. Let's just get a good old 12-hour sleep. Or 10 hours sleep, that should be enough to be well rested, so... Just gotta wait for the surprisingly slow sleeping thing to tick down. Alright. And done. Tell me I'm well rested. I am well rested. Excellent. So now let's just get some food into us. I mean, it's radiated mac and cheese, but... Okay, apparently I need a lot of radiated mac and cheese. I do have parasites right now, I think, so that's probably... Alright, just say no to that. I'm actually going to run out of this pre-war food, aren't I? Come on, gumdrops. There we are. Alright. Now let's see. We have a few armor items that we're never... legendary armor items that we're never going to use. We're never going to use the powerful tire item. Doubt we're going to use the powered leather chest piece. So let's... This I'm going to keep for now, even though I don't have the right ammo. Apparently 45 calibers are not 45 caliber -70s. Apparently they're different. Or something. So we're going to use that, and that. And we are going to scrap them. So, we're going to get an effect chip from one, an effect chip from that one, 2 effect chips from that. And keeping in mind that we're trying, this is the whole idea here, is we're trying to get ourselves to the point where we can make a... Okay. I'm hoping to make an actual legendary... Alright. Alright, let's drop off our effect chips are now a new kind of scrap. Alright. Sword options we have: damage, rate of fire, accuracy, value, weight. Everything except for ammo. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, we've got an automatic combat rifle. I don't know that we want automatic weapons, but it does use... Okay, so combat rifles will use 45 calibers. So let's see what we got in the way of combat rifles. We have a high-capacity combat rifle. Just looking for 45 caliber marksman's. Miniguns, definitely not. Pipe revolver pistol, not worth it. We want to go to the next level if we're going to be spending time and resources on this. Automatic combat rifle. Let's see. Laser muskets. Nope. Let's see. Submachine gun will use them as well, but the rate of fire is my problem. I don't feel that I have enough ammunition production yet to justify... Alright, I guess that's what we were using before, but I think we can do a lot better than that now. A combat shotgun or a combat rifle will be a much, much better... Alright, let's start by removing... Let's see, we're not going to use an automatic receiver, so that can go. We'll make a short barrel, take off the long barrel, we'll take off the stock. Standard magazine doesn't do us any good. Alright, so that one's fine. High capacity one, we can get a large magazine for free. And other than that, it's perfectly boring. Short barrel is standard. Man, these are boring. These are super boring. Okay, well, all we need is a basic combat rifle then. Alright, time for some crafting. Let's see what we got here. So the best one we can get is a powerful receiver right now. A 308 receiver will actually do more damage, which is interesting. Worth contemplating in the future, but right now we're not making 308s. 50 damage per shot is not going to be bad. I don't really want fast shooting here. Long barrel will do for our purposes. Full stock's the best we can do. We have a large magazine. Short scope is probably the ideal one for us because we want a little magnification. Muzzle, a bayonet. We don't really want to impact our range here. Now, legendary. Right now we can make assassins. It does better when we're in withdrawal. Ghoul Slayer. Heals targets instead of hurting them. Quick draw. We need one more effect chip to make a powerful... Yeah. Alright, well, ideally, the best bet would be a powerful one, because that will do just general 25% more damage. It's the most... We still need... We can't really afford to make specialized weapons yet. Five... Combat... No. Combat shotgun. Alright, so we're still, yeah, as I say, we're still short one legendary weapon, I believe. So I'm pretty sure we don't have any other legendary things in here. Does not look like it. Okay. So the only thing that's left now is to grab our anything we have in here that needs to actually be relocated. Now that powerful double-barreled shotgun is actually a decent one. I just need to make sure I keep my shells, shotgun shells. Speaking of which, ammo. Hey, look at that, another 175, 45. So we got 300 shots with that weapon now. That's perfect. That should do us for a while. And shotgun shells are indeed stored appropriately. Now I need to actually reduce that. I think we'll store about half of them in here. We'll store about 200, 180. That'll keep us 140, which is pretty heavy, but I think very, very necessary, honestly. And the weapons that the ammo we're not using will go back into the workshop. We're going to keep the 38 caliber weapon around just because it's one that we actually... it's an ammo type we see quite frequently. Now then, armor. Yeah, there were a few things in here I wanted to take with me. I also need to think about selling some of this excess stuff here. I mean, I can get a fair... Oops. I took that off dog meat because I really want him for his... Now that's some properly good... Now I thought I had some other stuff that would up my... charisma.
There's a story here. We'll find it.
Darn it, have I misplaced some of my charisma boosting stuff? We got charisma boosting dress. We wanted the hat that was the which one was it? Luck. It was the hat. The militia hat did 1 charisma, which is good. And 3-piece suit isn't as good as the dress I've currently got, so... Surveyor outfit. Tri-Billy hat also boosts charisma, but we've already got the same amount boosted from another source. And then, of course, all the super mutant stuff is pretty much worthless, although I might want to consider trying to sell all of that. Alright. Well, maybe we should just try and... I was gonna... Okay, one other thing is...
Always was a little jealous of folks who could craft something other than a paragraph.
Okay, whiskey. We don't have whiskey. I wonder if we could make whiskey. Hold on. There is a beverage option over here. We might be able to actually brew whiskey with purified water and corn, which means getting that... Alright, well, I should get that corn out of the network. Or the boxes here. That's the stuff I haven't actually taken out of here yet. We'll store all that away. Get this stuff out of the way too. That's the leftovers from that quest we just did. Okay, and we'll store all that away. All of this. Good. Okay. And these oddball things that are still left over here. I don't know if they're ever going to be useful for something, but whatever. Okay. Oh, and my combat rifle mods. Good. Let's go have a look at what's going on over here. I think what I'm going to have to do is the same thing I just did with that computer at the beginning of the episode. I think I might have to store all of these water refineries in my workshop and replace them. Because I've heard about that being a known glitch. Alright. Well, people are actually working this time, which is good. Now, if I'm going to do any factory work here, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to move people out of here, so... Let's see what we got here. Well, apparently they're just finding things. I think some of this is just stored. I don't have any... Yeah, okay, so this is all stuff that's been stowed since...
I'm doing to talk to you. I'm being sarcastic. Leave me alone.
Alright, let's do this. We'll also have to check to see who's unemployed here right now, but for now, tab, store, 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 and store. Alright. Now that that's done, back to water production. Alright, I got 3 of the little guys. And 2 of the big guys. I really would like to build a third big guy. If we're going to get water out of this place, we need to go crazy, I think. Alright. Come on, out of the water. Okay, water. Come on, there's got to be a way to fit a third one in there. Yes, there is. Okay, and then we'll put the 3 basic ones right here, here, and here. Just start chaining them together. Alright, that looks like that's everything except for the... except for connecting it to the primary power supply. Now, I have significant hopes that the water production will actually go far enough now. Because I'm a little bit not sure what I'm going to do if it doesn't. I really need a production of significant water at this location. Well, or at any location for that matter, but I just need... I need purified water. I mean, I can start filling bottles. That's definitely something within my ability, and I probably will do that off camera, but... I guess the last thing I need to do is just see if there's anybody who's bored in this place.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should...
Okay, that's taking care of the water issue. People are definitely happy. Happier. I just need to figure out what might need to happen to boost that last bit of happiness out of the place. Load holotape. Settlement management. Settlers, 3 unassigned. List them all. Who's... Okay, Preston. You shouldn't even be here anymore. Alright. 3 unassigned is just a bug. Probably it's Codsworth, Preston, and the Brahmin. So that's okay. Yeah. I think that about does it for this episode, guys. I'm going to have to kill some time and hope that water production gets going here again. I don't know if I'm going to actually have to just rest for an hour to make that happen, or rest for 24 hours, or if it will just start. Oh, there's 2 dirty water there anyways. I might just gather up all this stuff here and take it over to the Red Rocket Station. Actually, there's quite a bit of stuff here that should not be stored here. So I'll probably do that off camera. So hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to actually get on with some more fun stuff again, now that we have ammunition sorted, at least for the moment. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.